All right, as we continue our journey in the Near Northwest neighborhood, this is one of my favorite spots here. And if you love plants, or if you don't, now you will.
Yes.
We're at the Botany Shop and we are in the lot next door, which I just love. This is a fantastic space that you guys have here.
Yes, this is our very first season for this space. It really is a second store, is sort of the realization we had. It's not just an expansion, it really is a totally different space and different experience from the indoor space inside the shop.
And what makes them different from each other?
Well, the biggest thing is probably the plants themselves. So of course,
Okay.
indoors we're featuring, indoor plants, things that want to be in your windowsill.
Yeah.
Out here, these are things that want to be in the ground. They want to go through a winter.
Okay.
They're hardy, but we're really focused on trees and shrubs and perennials. So things that are going to come back every year.
I love that. And you guys have such a great variety here. What goes into making the decision on what you want to offer?
So we really try and keep it changing and moving throughout the season. So we're focused on bringing in things that are going to be looking good in this moment. So if you have a hole in your garden, say in June or July, the plants that we're featuring should help you to fill that hole with some flowers, some interest, things like
Okay.
that. So really trying to time our availability to what you might want to see in your garden as well.
Now, you guys have had some space before for the past couple of years. Tell me what went into making the decision to bring this lot next door.
Yeah, so we've been piloting this idea in our parking lot for a few seasons,
Yeah.
doing, just like a pop-up plug sale here and there, and the response and reaction has been great. And so now this is sort of our way to have them available on the regular for folks who want to do sort of their own little native plantings, their own, lawn conversion work. And then in the process, this also sort of, we brought in this community aspect to the space as well.
Okay, let's talk about that. What is the community aspect involved?
So our two biggest things this year are the Portage Farm Stands, which is our neighborhood farmers market that's been running for several seasons just up the street. We sort of adopted it into this space this year. We have power, we have Wi-Fi, we take care of all the tents and all the tables. So we really just need sort of encourage our vendors, focus on your product and focus on your customers. So that's the only thing you have to worry about for an outdoor market, which takes a lot of the burden away from other outdoor markets, which, we've also participated, so we know.
Yeah, right, exactly. So how many vendors do you guys have here?
So between 8 and 10 is typically what we have, and it's a pretty good mix between, produce and eggs. The only thing we don't have yet is dairy, so if there's anyone listening who maybe knows a local dairy or cheese vendor, we'd love to connect. But otherwise, we sort of have all the bases covered, yeah.
Awesome, and that's happening just on Saturdays, right?
Most Saturdays, there's one Saturday a month usually that we're off or sort of alternating with our Linden Ave Farmers Market. But yeah, pretty much every Saturday between now and October, and we have the full schedule on our website.
I love that. And you guys have other markets kind of popping up throughout the year too.
We do. So we also are hosting our own maker markets, and these are full day events rather than the Portage Farm Stands, which is mostly just a half a day. So these are a different and rotating curated selection of vendors throughout the year. Our next big one is Plant Pride for our anniversary, which is July 19th.
Awesome, awesome. All right, let's take a little tour around here. This cute little setup you
so
got here too.
our camper, this has become both like a photo op, and it has tons of beautiful, wonderful merchandise inside. But kids love it. We've got some games in there on the weekends.
Awesome.
All of our plant selection, of course.
this is
So
cute.
these are some of our, I call this the last chance plants shelf. So they're not on sale, but they are sort of the lowest of the stock. So like we probably won't be getting them back in for a
Now,
minute.
I have a couple of these in my yard. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
These are really
Corabells.
popular.
They are, yeah. This is great for shade. Adds a little pop of color for shade. The
Yeah.
sedums, then, of course, are great for sun and full sun conditions as well.
So when people come here, because this to me looks like a succulent.
It is, yep.
It is, but it can go outside.
Yep, this is a hardy succulent, yeah. So it's going to want to go outside, and we'll come back every year for you.
So will you help folks who are coming like me, who are completely clueless when it comes to
Oh,
plants?
absolutely, yes. We like to say it's just matchmaking. So, it's sort of aligning the plant with your conditions and how you want to garden and care for plants. So,
Simply, that's what I want to do.
Yes,
Simply.
absolutely.
But there's some people who like more intricate and more colorful and things like that too, right?
Yeah, most
Okay.
definitely.
And what kind of options do you have for those folks?
So we have
this
some of the
is pretty.
showier perennials, like this digitalis here, which still has a few buds left, but is going through its bloom.
Okay.
Some coneflowers that are just about to break into bud.
And coneflower, is that the Indiana state flower?
I'm not sure, to tell you the truth. I think it is. Awesome. We love that. We've got some of our native mountain mints here as well, which are also some of my favorites.
Oh, smelling mint.
And oh yeah, give it a rub especially. It's got a really wonderful sort of like herby mint
Can you eat
fragrance. It is edible, yep, but it won't take over your garden the way that most culinary mint will. So people a lot of times will hear mint and sort of like freak out and back
it took
away.
me 3 years to get mint out of my garden.
That will not be the case with this one.
Okay,
Yep, and
that's
it's
good
much
to know.
stronger for pollinators as well. Yeah.
Fantastic. And talk about the importance of pollination right now.
Yeah, so
Because I know that's a big deal.
it is. So, I mean, basically without pollinators, we don't have food. I mean,
Yeah.
that's sort of the short version of the story. And so what we can start to do in a lot of our gardens is offer them respite and food and habitat so that they have places to live out their lives and have a great prosperous life cycle. And again, our lawns represent one of the best opportunities to make that switch happen. And it also is just a way for us to feel empowered and enabled when everything else feels out of control. We can plant plants in the ground. We will have bees come to our lawn. We will grow tomatoes. Like it's just, there's so much agency that comes with gardening. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, this one's pretty too. I like this one.
Yeah, we've got the yarrow here, some more echinacea, some salvia that's just on its tail end.
I used to have those in my old house.
Wild
too.
quinine, which is one of my favorites.
What is that?
This is not the quinine that you would make in a drink necessarily, but it is one of our, again, native prairie plants, deeply rooted, really just durable plants.
I think
one of
it's
my
important
faves.
to note too, everything that you have here is appropriate for the area.
Right, so everything is hardy. Yeah, so they will come back every winter. Not everything is native necessarily, but we tend to lean more towards those native species. But something like the salvia, it's
But they're
not
safe to plant here in India.
exactly safe to plant here. Absolutely.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah, nothing that
awesome.
will escape your yard and do harm in other places.
Thank you.
That's our focus for sure.
And
yeah.
then you guys also have some other garden stuff happening around on the edges. Talk to me about what you're working on here.
So you can kind of see behind our shelves here and along the edges of the lot, we're starting to work on some demonstration gardens. And so the idea with this is that, if you're interested in taking home a plant that we have on the shelf, but it's maybe not blooming yet, or it's a smaller plant like one of our plugs, this will let you know what to expect. This will sort of help you know what it's going to do when you get it home. Because to sell something that's just cute and tiny, you don't know what's going to happen. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. And I love using like the app. I have like the Seek app, so you can scan something and figure out what it might look like down the road.
Yep.
Things like that too. Okay. And for those folks who want to come into the shop, let's talk indoor plants.
Yeah, absolutely. So Ari, inside the shop, she is our plant care wizard and plant expert. She can do custom plant orders as well. So if there's something really specific you're looking for, I want a big bird of paradise or a big palm for the corner of my house, she can hook you up with those.
Okay.
But she keeps our plants in great condition, tries to keep the stock, moving and grooving and different things coming in all the time. But, we have everything for the plant parents that I kill everything or that needs to thrive on neglect, or for the plant parents that, want to baby their plants and want to just love on them a lot.
Yeah, or people like me who just don't know what they're doing.
Absolutely. Yep. We're here to help in both respects. Yeah, absolutely.
I love it. Okay, where can people get more information about your hours and how to visit you?
Visitbotany.co is our new website.
Okay,
Absolutely.
awesome. Well, thank you so much. It was great seeing the new space out here. You guys got to come out. How many days a week? I mean, you can come out any day a week, but for the weekends.
Yep. So for the lot
Saturday.
itself is open Friday through Sundays,
Oh,
but
great.
the markets, the market days are Saturdays.
Oh,
yes.
perfect. Okay. Well, we'll see you
Absolutely.
guys out here.